Meeting Tuesday, July 15th, 2025 at 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room. First floor, 65 North Main Street, West Bridgewater, Mass. Is now open. And I entertain a motion to approve the minutes for June 17th.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. The new public hearing for 102 Lincoln Street, and I'll read that in. Under the Wetlands Protection Act, Chapter 131, Section 40 MGL, as amended, the West Bridgewater Wetlands Protection Bylaw and Rules and Regulations, the Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on July 15th, 2025 at 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room, 65 North Main Street, on a notice of intent at 102 Lincoln Street for a septic system upgrade. All right, you're all set.
Joe Webby, Webby Engineering. I'm here on behalf of Ed Black.
Tim,
And
can you see that?
Adam lives at 102 Lincoln Street, and his septic system has failed. And we would like to propose to upgrade the septic system. We have a BBW that was delineated by Brad Holmes. We have 50 foot and 100 feet. And we can see that we had to squeeze the septic system, leaching field right in this area. And this has been approved by the Board of Health.
Is it a septic system or is it a pit?
No, this is a septic system.
No, but the old one.
The old one's a cesspool. There's
Cesspool,
two
okay.
cesspools on the
All right.
side.
That's why it failed then.
Which
Okay.
you'll be filling and
Yeah, rip it out
rip it out, yeah.
and move and replace.
And then the only place is to put it right in there and squeeze it within the 50, right?
Yes.
I'm out there, the wetland flags are fine, the area's all lawn area
Oh,
previously
yeah.
disturbed. My only comment and addition would be the wetland markers. I think I figured out there'd be 7 of them, and I think I sent you an email with the flag numbers where we'd suggest to place them.
Yeah, maybe you could send it again.
I'll send it
I don't
again,
know,
but
yeah.
it'll be
Put it
part of
in
the order conditions, just so
All
we
right.
have the standard wetland marker flags for future.
Okay. And then
Other than that, I don't have any problem.
keep it as lawn.
Yeah, I mean, it's
No
already
problems,
lawn,
so-
just putting a septic system in that area, and he has to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's really
no
the only
problem.
spot
Yep.
that they have to work with.
Right.
How far is that going to be up, you figure?
It's gonna be about 3 feet.
So
2, 3, yeah.
not too bad of a hump.
Not too bad.
Okay. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Entertain a motion to issue a standard order conditions.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then I'll entertain a motion to issue a waiver to work in the 50.
I'll move that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All set?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Next one is 257 Pleasant Street. I'll read that in. Under the Wetlands Protection Act, Chapter 131, Section 40 MGL, as amended, the West Bridgewater Wetlands Protection Bylaw and Rules and Regulations, the Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on July 15th, 2025 at 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room, 65 North Main Street, on a request for determination applicability at 257 Pleasant Street for a septic system upgrade. And you're all set.
All right, my name is Dave Fenner from Collins Civil Engineering Group, and this is a request for determination of applicability for a septic repair. This is pretty much a small lot with, it's previously disturbed grass area where we're gonna put the system. It's gonna go in the back of the house. The system is gonna be gravity fed, and we're gonna have a erosion control system that's going to go around the limit of work, and this is the limit of work here on the light ground line. We do have a wetland in the back. We're going to be outside the 50 for the septic system, but we're going to have to grade just a little bit inside the 50. It is going to be a slight mound on the back side, but it will be flat on the front side.
Are they pits?
These,
Or
the
is it-
original, there's a pit here, and there's another pit, I think, underneath.
Okay,
They'll be abandoned.
okay.
They'll be abandoned in a place where we can, and then they'll be removed where we have to.
Yep.
So this is pretty much squeezed in there, and we did get the Board of Health approval last week.
And obviously it's because it failed, are they selling the house, or?
I don't know if they're selling the house. It did fail, though. The pitch did.
Okay. Anything else?
I've been out, everything matches. I can say I believe there was an RDA previous for an approval, but they never built it.
They never, yeah, they might, that back, yeah.
And so that may be part of why this is back before us, because the original never got completed.
So it sounds like they might be
So-
selling the house.
It is a
Which is fine.
two-family, right?
This is a two-family, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, there's a little story behind this one. The two-family was a single-family at first, then they came in and built a two-family.
Hmm.
They did not build any new septic system. They built the two-family and kept the pits.
Was it like family or something like that moved in?
Yeah, I
Or
don't
was
know how they, I don't know how they did that.
Yeah,
That was
it's-
one tricky contractor, and so what happened was now they got a
Didn't
duplex
work.
working on two pits.
Yeah.
And I explained the same story to the Board of Health because they're the ones that should
Caught this.
Well, it catches up to them sooner or later.
Yeah,
That's how it did.
it's now, so,
Okay.
So it's still gonna be two-family, but.
yeah.
How come it's okay to go into the wetland a little bit?
No, the 50 foot.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
they're
they-
only into the buffer,
Just
and
a
it,
little bit.
and it's actually,
It's just grading in the
Yeah.
buffer on top of what's already lawn.
For what that's already there, they gotta squeeze it in the best they can, and that's.
We have what's called breakout. We have to meet a certain distance away from the septic system before we can grade out.
Okay.
So without putting a wall, which may even be more infringing on the wetlands, we just graded it
And if
as
they,
we could.
if they couldn't,
Thank you.
they wouldn't be able to put it in. Okay,
Thank
so I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Moved?
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Entertain a motion to issue -3 determination with conditions.
I'll make that motion.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
aye,
And I'll entertain a motion to waiver to work in the 50.
I'll move.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
All set?
aye,
Thank you.
Good luck.
You're welcome.
All right, the next one is 119 South Elm Street, and I will read that in. Under the West Bridgewater Conservation Phase Stormwater Management and Soil Erosion Control Bylaw and the West Bridgewater Comprehensive Stormwater Management Regulations, the Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on July 15th, 2025 at 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room, 65 North Main Street, on the general storm water permit application at 119 South Elm Street for a proposed site development for a single-family home with 18,000 square feet of land disturbance. All right, all set.
All right, once again, Dave Klenick from Collins Civil Engineering Group. This is going to be a tear down and rebuild for a new home. There is a wetland that was delineated by Brookman Row. It's to the southwest. It's on the property. We have the 50-foot shown in brown, the 100-foot shown in purple, and the limit of work shown in light brown, which will encompass the whole. It starts at the street and ends at the street. It will encompass the whole limit of work area. We are going to disturb quite a bit of material. The existing house is shown in light gray, but it's right in here. We're going to raise that and put in a 4-bedroom home, which meets all the zoning, of course. And we did get some comments back from Tim. I think one of them was roof drainage or roof runoff. I think Peter did the design on this one, but he went over everything with me. We're going to have some infiltrators here and here. And these are the basic infiltrators that we've been using all along. They're just Caltex. They go into a small manhole. It's not like a regular manhole, it's a small manhole. This will just collect leaves and stuff before it gets into the infiltration system. And it's a place where we can clean out stuff. So it'll go into a small manhole and it'll go into the infiltration system. We're well above the water table because we did the perks. The water table's down at 39.8 and
Yeah.
our bottom of our system is 47.3. So we're well above the water table. We should be able to handle large storms based on the infiltration rate we get for the sewer, for the septic.
It's all sand there.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, so we're proposing that. The driveway is going to go out to the street, but Peter proposed low areas right here, a low spot going into a swale along the street, so nothing goes out into the pavement. Any driveway runoff will go into a swale along the grass side.
And where's the swell gonna go?
The swale just moves down along the street. I mean, eventually, it will go into the street, but it's not gonna go directly into the street.
It don't wanna affect the next door neighbors?
No, the next door neighbors is quite high. You can see 50, 48. They're up quite a bit.
Where's the 50 on that, the 50 foot?
The 50-foot is right here.
Okay, so nothing.
So we're outside the 100-foot with all our
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
So this is really just a stormwater permit application.
And you're gonna basically clear the whole lot.
Yeah, we're gonna clear the whole lot, but I mean, we're gonna save a lot of trees in here. This is just to maneuver machines around. So
Does that property go back
it
To
does, it
fall
goes
down?
back quite a bit. The dark line is the backside.
and it doesn't, so it goes back before it drops off?
It does.
Oh, okay.
It goes, well, it drops off from here, that's 50, 51, and then it drops off to the wetlands, which is down by 41. So it's
Okay.
a good 10-foot drop off.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say that, Mr. Maroney, I'm sorry, Mr. Maroney, he's here in the audience, if you have any questions, he's going to be the applicant on this one.
You're building the house?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I do, I build houses.
Okay. And where's, just not to be picky, but, so the driveway and the garage is on the, if you're looking at it on the right
It'll be
side?
on the right
Yeah,
side.
Okay.
you're looking at it on the right side.
Okay,
And the existing driveway is here. We're going to remove that and put the driveway just a little bit further north.
okay. Sounds good. Does everything look all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything outside of the wetlands and
Perfect spot, it's a
Leo.
perfect lot, I know that.
Oh, I knew as soon as I walked on it.
I live right across the street, so I know how,
Yeah, I know you,
you don't have to worry about water for sure.
no, with the pine trees and everything, yeah. Nice-
Okay.
Nice material.
Sounds good. Entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Entertain a motion to issue a general stormwater permit.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All set.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Hey,
When do you plan on starting?
as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I've been waiting, I got cut down a couple lots. Webby was
Yep.
2 and 2 in Pembroke County.
Oh, okay.
And it went through, all got approved, and then the neighbors got together and did an appeal.
Oh, jeez.
And then in Bridgewater, I was gonna do one, and the title's not clean,
Oof.
so batting too well.
Never that
So I
easy,
really
is
need
it?
that.
That looks, oh, that one looks good so far.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
thank
good
you.
luck.
Good night.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, next one is 58 South Street. I'll read that in. Under the Wetlands Protection Act, Chapter 131, Section
can't
40
download
MGL,
it.
as amended, the West Bridgewater Wetlands Protection Bylaw, Rules and Regulations, the West Bridgewater Conservation Phase Stormwater Management and Soil Erosion Control Bylaw, and the West Bridgewater Comprehensive Stormwater Management Regulations. Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on July 15th, 2025 at 6:30 PM in the McDonald Brown Conference Room, 65 North Main Street, on a notice of intent and general stormwater permit at 58 South Street for 2 new single-family homes with disturbance of 19,000 square feet. Lot A and Lot A, 16,000, Lot B. Okay?
so I didn't hear from Scott asking for continuance or anything. He does have 2 items on the agenda. There's also the 321, 323 Manley Street. I can tell you that this one does not have a DEP file number, and as far as I can tell, it hasn't even been sent to DEP.
So they can't do
So
anything
I'm
yet.
thinking that may be why he is not here currently, is because he doesn't have anything
To
to
do,
DEP
yeah.
to start with. I did send him a bunch of comments on his original plan. Some stormwater items as far as drainage, runoff, erosion control, the roof drains, where those would be connected to. So And I hadn't received an updated plan. So my recommendation would be to continue this one until our August 5th meeting.
Until it comes in with some other stuff, right?
Right. once we-
Hopefully I'll have the number by then.
Right,
so.
hopefully we'll have a number and he can,
Okay. I'll just entertain a motion to continue the hearing till 8:05.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. That's all set on that. Next one is gonna be continued public hearing for 506 West Center Street, which is, they're working, I guess, but. it's
but I
not
can
coming.
tell you that they have requested to go until the August 19th meeting. The 21 Lincoln Street project, the access road,
Mhm.
the preliminary plan for that has come before the town. They have to formally ask for a planning board amendment to allow the access road to be moved to a new location. They want to move it closer to Lincoln Street.
Okay.
So they have an agreement for the area that's at the very corner where Lincoln Street got realigned. They were gonna put some type of retail mall or development or
Yeah.
something. From what we're being told, it's a standalone drive-through facility.
Don't know what. But
We don't
it's
know
just
what.
gonna be
Could be
something.
Starbucks, could be McDonald's, could be Chick-fil-A, could be any one of those, but it's something with a drive-through.
So they're gonna bring it back
So
to-
it's-
towards 24, or,
So it's gonna be, the standalone's gonna be on the corner of Lincoln and West
Right.
Center.
yeah,
Before that, they'll have an entranceway going into 21 Lincoln Street and going into this facility. It'd be like a shared entrance. So the trucks would make their turn, go straight. Any vehicles would make their turn and go in
okay, all right.
to the
Is that
new.
where they tore the house down?
Right where the house went down, there'll be a septic system, leach field going there, and
Which-
right beside that would be the new
Yeah,
entrance.
which they've already put that in.
Me too.
Looks good.
So stormwater wise, it's not gonna really affect the plan we already had approved. The
Yeah.
calculations were already based on that
Mm-hmm.
access road. If anything, it may be smaller and less length to the access road. So it would be less stormwater, even
Yeah.
though the system's built to handle it.
And then we'll deal with whatever they come in front
Right.
after.
So the shell isn't really affecting anything then? is
Well,
it?
the shell, right, their problem right now is they can't move forward because the access road has to go through their facility by the planning board's permit.
Yeah.
But it's not now.
Uh,
They wanna,
They wanted, everybody's in agreement to move it, but the
Okay.
planning board has to officially do that, and
gotcha, yeah,
they haven't had it come before them.
okay.
21 Lincoln Street wants to close out their project sometime in September. So if you back the days off, they've got 45 days roughly to get through planning board with their,
21 meaning the warehouse.
the warehouse.
Yeah,
So it's,
Yeah, and then
that's why they're pushing to get the lights in and
Yeah.
the
well,
realignment
it's
done.
empty property.
Yeah.
I want to start making the money back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll entertain a motion to continue to August 19th.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, next one is continued, 321, 323 Manley Street.
Again, Scott from J.K. Holmgren would be the presenter for that. I know he was on vacation last week. He came back beginning of this week. I was in touch with him. He said he was going to give me a call. I haven't heard from him. The real discrepancy in why it hasn't gone out to the 53G is we had an approved wetland line when they did the billboard, the electronic billboard that was there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That wetland line doesn't necessarily match up with his new wetland line. And so I've asked him to overlay
Okay.
the old one and what he has on one plan so we can see the discrepancy. Because I can't go out and verify it because they stripped the ground already. That's part of that violation.
Oh,
And so I have to go on historical data, which is the old line, which we've already certified.
And we haven't done anything with the 53.
Right, so I haven't sent it out to the
Yeah,
53G
okay.
because if the
Until you get
wetland line overlay
Yeah.
says he's disturbed more and he has to pull his building back even further,
Yeah,
I don't want to spend engineering review money on something that's not set in stone.
okay.
yeah, nothing to review.
We also have a dilemma with it because DEP has had 2 previous permits for wetland work and replication, and you're only supposed to get the 5,000 for the parcel. It's not 5,000 every permit. And he's eaten up almost the 5,000. He's got, I think, 641 square feet of replication left with
Okay.
that lot.
Okay,
So he's planning on doing more replication
right.
than is permitted there. So we're trying to figure out
Which is good.
where that falls before we go too much further.
Yeah.
And it all depends on where the wetland line ends
Yeah,
up.
so you get
I mean,
those,
by changing that drainage system the way he did, that reduced amount of his disturbance a lot. So,
Okay,
no, that's a good thing, I guess.
so they'll have less replication.
All right,
so I'd
so,
recommend continuing this one until the 5th
okay,
of
so
August.
entertain a motion to continue to August 5th.
Moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we have, next one is John Centrella, 6 Crescent Street.
I have a few things here. Ashley, did you get all my emails that I sent you?
Oh, yes.
Got them.
I want to make sure that I covered myself.
Started looking at them, yep.
I asked for the public information, so I would get every bit of information pertaining to this from each department. I didn't get all of it because certain departments don't know that I have other information. I'll deal with that in another time. Okay. This isn't the place for that. This all started last year, which you know, was because of the way the Barassos, everything that they did. They were, my complaints began with Tracy Aldrich. I sent her an email talking about the driveway, that they added driveway, they were cutting down trees and all that. That was all the way back in last August. Pardon me, not, where are we now? Yeah, last August.
Yeah.
And within that timeframe, she had Tim check it out. He said there wasn't any issues with that. Okay, as we know, you just have to watch the February meeting and you have to watch the May meeting to see what we all talked about, what was agreed upon. I have a lot of information here as far as, the first thing I want to do is, the Barassos have now submitted a plan, apparently, and it's only saying there's 7,000.
Hot off the press.
Yeah, only.
Well, they've submitted 2 draft plans,
Just let me finish
and they're not
because
official
there
plans.
were
They were
plans
just,
submitted prior to that.
right,
I'll get into that. We're gonna find out exactly where those plans are from February that they have. And this here just basically shows, it's not really, it's been rolled up long enough. This is the disturbance that Ed Jacobs of PMP Consultants did. He shows a vast amount of disturbance within the property. And I'll read to you what he's Tim, as you can see the attached plan, they are in fact over 15,000 square foot threshold. They also have attached a street view from 2019. It shows that there has been disturbance in the front yard as well as the right side yard. I have also showed disturbance beyond the new tree line in the backyard. I have labeled this area as minor disturbance. So a case most certainly can be made that it has been disturbed all the way to the rear property line. And as brush and small trees have been taken out and grass planted. The area shaded in red is the obvious disturbance in total 16,947 square feet. The area in blue, which is labeled minor disturbance, total 7,225 square feet. The case could be made that the actual total disturbance is 24,000 square feet. I think that this should be enough evidence to show that they need to file a general stormwater permit. In case they ask how we obtain this information, we were able to locate the features shown on plan by digitizing the house driveway and septic system with the Outback plans and supplementing that into a field shots using a Electorus total station. No one from the office stepped foot on their property. As you know, I had spoken to, I had been told by Tim for a long period of time that they were working, he was looking for an as-built. We know there was only one as-built, and I had a copy of that. He couldn't seem to locate one. And that went on for a period of time, and I have notations here as far as that goes. I'm gonna read something else, which is from the engineer. This is from the Verasso's engineer. Okay? And, sorry. I'm working on, spending all my time on this, which I shouldn't really even have to do. Okay. I contacted him in November 12th. Okay, as I've mentioned this before. I had concerns about certain things. During this time, I was told that they were going to file for an application for a permit, and for what they thought was a administrative permit. I wrote to Mr. Youngquist, our engineer, and I inquired about several things, because I had been told by Tim that he was in communication with him. I have a phone call that I have permission to record. It's 18 minutes long. According to the state of Massachusetts, you can play that. Okay, if I have to, I will. Okay, it's not going to benefit anybody but me. This is from Jason Youngquist. He said, "Hello, Mr. Centrella. Outback Engineering was only hired to design a septic system upgrade for the field septic system at 6 Crescent Street. The design replaced the field system with a new septic tank and leaching field." He goes on to talk about Board of Health regulations and everything else. He wrote, "At the point of Outback's contract with the property owner was conducted, no further engineering work was done by us. Any additional site work by the property owner, such as additional grading, filling, roof drain installation, or driveway expansion, was done without our knowledge or approval, and was not part of our original septic design plan. When you first contacted us early in September, I forwarded your concerns to the property owner, but as our contract had concluded the septic design and we were no longer contracted for any additional work, we did not do any additional work for drainage design or stormwater permitting. I will again forward your concerns to the property owner and see if he would like us to do a drainage analysis of the additional work that was done after the installation of the septic system, so we can address your concerns. If you have any further questions, please let me know." Tim told me that because the Verassos, which we know have been through this before, told him that there was that they were working with him, that was taken for fact. The people who breached property, you've seen some things I sent you,
Yep.
who dropped trees in my yard, who ripped up wires, okay, who has caused incredible amounts of damage and stress to me, because I have to continue to do this stuff, which I shouldn't have to do. It's just very unfair. I can tell you after that, I kept waiting over and over again, because I wanted to know, when are we going to meet on this? When are we going to meet on this? And I found out finally, I believe it was December, that right here, which we discussed last time as well, but I just want to bring it up again, that an administrative stormwater plan was issued to the Verassos. It was issued with a blank permit, like I showed before, okay? There's very little here. The date on it's wrong, okay? So basically, I had in the interim, I had been in contact with the DEP, Ashley Harris. I worked a very long time to show them everything that I had and everything that I could prove, okay? What happened was, rather than call the people in those different departments called me, they called Tim. Tim said that a administrative storm water permit was sought and granted, okay? What he didn't say was that an administrative storm water permit was sought and given without the proper permit, okay? That immediately stopped any of my dealings with them, okay? And he also, at that time, Tracy Aldrich had sent him sort of a script on how to deal with me and how to respond to something. And he sent it to David Gagnon, and everybody, all the powers that be, so they all kind of knew about what was going on. In the script, it just explains, it was made to make me look stupid, okay? What he didn't put was all of this information, okay? That these things were all done. I also, over the course of time, I had been calling Jason Youngquist and asking him if there was any further contact. I brought an engineer in here, as you know. I also had that done, and this is the draft that was given to him as to what to write to me, okay? What happened at that point was, it was sort of like, I'm trying to get Jason, but I can't get Jason. I'm trying to get Jason, I can't get Jason. I spoke with his secretary several times. Finally, I mean, this just got so ridiculous. In January, I'm sorry,
Are these all new?
11/6.
Is this all new information? Or
Well, it needs to go over again, because.
We've been over it before, right?
Well, it has to help me any, so we're gonna go over it again.
No, well,
We're gonna go over it
only
again.
new
because it has to help me.
information, new.
This is new information, because nothing was done.
No,
Was
that's,
anything done about anything so far?
let's get it up to the current time and see where we're at. That's
Okay.
what I want to do.
Well, where we're at right now is still, I'm not done. And, I think I'm entitled to this. I'll tell you
But
why.
you said that the last two meetings and we let you give it to us. Now you're giving it
You
to us
gave it
again.
Well, I had to, because
It's all on
when I came
record.
to the-
It's all on
When I
record.
came to the February meeting, they were given to, I think, another week, and nothing was done.
But
So-
it's all on
but
record,
nothing was
John.
done.
You don't have to keep repeating
But it
it.
wasn't done. So when it wasn't done, if it wasn't done, I have to repeat it.
No, you don't.
So,
Well, then there's another issue, okay? Because it wasn't done.
so just to, not to interrupt you, I don't mean to interrupt you, but,
Well,
Not-
this is really important.
no, I understand.
We've been through it, John.
So what, go
There is
ahead.
one thing that I have to say, and
Go ahead.
this is very, very important that I read it, because this was
Okay, go
given
ahead.
to me today, and this is new.
Yep.
Okay? Tim responds to Jason. Jason says in January, he's working on a plan run. In February, he's working on a plan run. Okay? February, this plan, here, which I didn't even realize this. It's from February, and it said, here we are, let's see. John, I did get your email. I have heard back from Jason, and he has sent a proposal to Verassos. I am waiting to hear back from them as to progress. Okay? So there was a proposal agreed upon, and it was sent.
That's new?
This was sent in my information.
So you mentioned that before.
No, I didn't, because
Why
I didn't
not?
know it was in my file. I had no idea this was even in my thing until I
Okay.
requested more information. I have so many emails.
Yep.
So is it,
So it's basically, I really didn't. I wouldn't have mentioned it again. I would have mentioned this prior to this, that, because it showed in February that they already had a plan given to them. And it was a proposal that they agreed to. Where is that proposal?
The proposal that's in reference to is Jason had sent his proposal to do the work to the Verassos.
When?
It wasn't a plan, it was the contract to do the engineering, the design, and the plan.
Is that the date that it was sent on?
And that's
Or-
when I was told that there was a
Okay, and then-
proposal in hand and was signed, and they were gonna be starting to do all of the engineering work required.
And nothing was brought in front of us about a plan.
Right, I didn't see a
Okay.
plan, I hadn't seen a
I just
plan.
found this.
And that was, and what's the date on that?
Let's see, February
Okay.
26th.
So, since February, and we not, obviously have, nothing's been going on. In my opinion, it's just been, it's like, it seems like it's just, they're just rolling things over, trying to get away with whatever they can do without having to do what they can do, and hopefully they
Right.
say, let it all go away, and maybe somebody will say, okay, fine. Well, we had this, Tim had drafted this up, and it's stormwater violations, along with saying that there's gonna be a lien put on the property. So, because I know, for understanding what you've been going through, it's aggravating me because it's making us look bad,
Right, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No.
to you. You've been kind to me.
but it's aggravating you because you shouldn't have to deal
Well,
with
we
the
want to get
property.
it to a conclusion.
Right, and when I have so much stuff, that
Yeah.
it's like,
So-
I did not say that.
You got plenty of, I guess you can say, evidence saying that, they have not done a thing, and it just hasn't been like Mickey Mouse and us. So, I think, now that with the February, is there any way we can go back to, from February, or just say March 1st? Implicate the $300 fine from then?
It's basically once you put them on notice, you can find from that date forwards.
Okay, so,
So,
all right, so this is basically the notice.
right.
So
Once
we've already started the $150.
That's why I said if this one, we request them here on the August 5th meeting.
Okay,
And if no action is taken by then we can go on and refer to town council and move to the next step.
okay, so since nothing, I don't think anything, they've done work and all that stuff, it doesn't seem like we've really gotten any answers for John. John hasn't got any answers. I don't think that I've seen any kind of answers. This is gonna be served, telling them that by whatever the 5th,
The August 5th
August 5th.
deadline is to either have a filing in before us and come in.
but
and
no,
be
it's
here,
it's not even,
and
not,
then to town council at that point.
yeah, it's that they're gonna have to be here no matter what, August 5th.
Yep.
This will be enforced.
The meter
The
is
fines,
running,
the
yeah.
fi- the fines are gonna be collected, and the lien is gonna be put on this date.
Why August 5th when it's already been,
It's,
since they
There's a
started, their
reason for
first
that.
notice was in,
We have to
well,
ratify and
wait a
send
minute,
out
their
a
first
certified
notice,
letter.
when they first started, the fines go back, as far as, on the 22nd of this month, it will be 60 days worth of fines.
oh, it will
But
be.
it's, yeah, that would be when
Okay.
that's why, because
So
we
why
only met,
August?
we only met once in June and we only
Okay.
met once in July.
So I think what we
then-
should do is get the fines for the 60 days, send it out saying we want to collect the fine up to that date. August 5th, if they don't come in here, or no matter what, they got to come in, and the lien will be put on with the town's, it's going to have to put the lien on the property in order to get the stuff done, because nobody's getting anything done.
As I was going through stuff
Well, that's
that
to go
was
to the
sent-
selectmen,
Well,
right?
Right, it
As I-
has to go to the selectmen and town council.
Okay,
But we
it'll-
can do that on the August 5th,
It'll
because
go,
that'll give them a deadline of our next meeting so that they have to.
it'll
come
go,
before
it'll
us.
go to the selectmen.
And if
we'll
they
tell
don't show
'em-
up physically in front of us, then we can
As I was
refer it
going
on the
through
6th.
this-
But we should collect the fines.
The stuff that
No
was
matter
sent to
what.
me, as I was going through it, they wanted another plan in March.
Well,
They wanted another plan in April.
they,
And this here, I mean, there is one thing there's only one more thing that I really think it's important that I do, because I think it's okay during this, considering all that I've gone through. Tim responds in one of these emails to Jason Youngquest. And it's about, let's see, where is that? I had it 2 seconds ago, and in it, he says that I realize the abutter is very difficult to deal with. Can you imagine that what I've been through, the abutter is difficult to deal with? That was one of the pieces of information I got. That was about me. I'm difficult to deal with.
Well,
What does everyone-
yeah, I mean, they're gonna say what they're gonna say, you know.
He said that
Oh,
in an email sent to Jason, that I am difficult to deal with.
that's how he said.
I don't remember that.
we all
but
can
I-
get a little frustrated once
But
in a while.
it's
Not-
totally,
And I understand his frustration,
that
but
is-
Jason has been in touch with me, and when he signed the contract and started the work, I have no control over how booked up he is or how busy he's been. I
Well,
have been following
he's
it all
known
the way
this-
along to
he's
try to
known this
push them,
since-
and he can only,
February.
You also stated in one of these emails that you were hoping that that original plan had the driveway and everything
Right.
else in it.
I
And
wanted
you
to see the
added it-
original as-built and with it, and it didn't, and that's why we finally got,
Well, when
his surveyors
Tracy-
to
when
get out
Tracy
there
had-
and-
This is just important too, because when Tracy had mentioned the driveway and everything, I was told it wasn't a problem. But on that stormwater plan, he added driveway and extra land. I mean, this is
Okay.
like, it's like crazy. I
Well-
mean, I mean, for me to be, I know how difficult the neighbor is. It's almost like, I think, you could actually go through these, they're new. I haven't seen most of these. And it's basically, I think it will work out. I think the Verassos will go for this. I think it's never,
You often hope, though, that people will do what they,
Yeah,
but,
well, keep that stuff that you got.
mhm,
This will go, we'll let them know that this will go in front of the selectmen,
right.
the 5th. And
Yeah.
if the selectmen want to know what's going on, have any issues,
Mhm.
you'll obviously, well, you got what you can show them
Right,
to let them understand what's going on.
right. But
The
I'm putting it on the hub now.
That, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I mean,
This has to go
that's,
into the hub. It
that's
needs
what-
to go,
Yep.
the videos need to be made up and sent to representatives and everyone else, because I'm not, and they're gonna find out everything that's.
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
you just,
I
you gotta be
can't-
cautious, that's all.
I know, I'll be cautious, believe me, I spoke
doesn't-
with my attorney, and, but this all is gonna, I can't deal with this anymore, and then whenever I saw.
Well, I think you got grounds for a civil action. You're gonna need that stuff.
well, yeah,
Well-
put it this way, the Velassos aren't making themselves look good.
No.
We're trying to make ourselves somewhat,
Right.
I know it's not making us really look good because nothing's happening, but this hopefully will say we should be able to collect the fines now and keep the fines going until the whole project gets done. And they come in here and this gets in front of the selectmen.
Right.
Let the selectmen know if they want to know anything about what's going on with the whole issue. You've got plenty of stuff to show them.
Right.
They can understand, and then we'll go from there. I mean, it seems like this is the only issue.
I mean,
Only
we're
thing
close
left we
to
can
a
do.
conclusion here. It's almost over.
Nah.
Should be over. What
You know-
more are you gonna do?
Well, the thing is that hopefully that, it will go the way
Let the
we
plans
said,
keep
where
coming in from
someone else-
Jason.
Let someone, I mean, we can't trust them to do this job.
Well, I mean, they haven't done anything as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
I mean, we
you-
had already
you can only
discussed
give-
as far as.
you can only give so
agent.
much until
Right,
you get-
I mean, I think someone, like we all talked about last time, that it should be someone else and there should be an agent.
Yeah.
And actually, you can collect those fines, I found out, because it's town money.
oh yeah, we can definitely
So I would
collect
like
the
to know
fines.
when they're gonna get collected,
We
how
should-
much is collected.
We should collect the fines that's already added up to the 60 days already, and let the fines keep going until the situation gets done. And if the town, which the town will have to be involved, it should definitely,
Well, we
whether
can,
they gotta tear up the whole thing or not, the town, and then, we should put a,
they'll end up leaning that house, is what they'll do.
well, they
Because they'll
mean,
say, we're not gonna pay it.
they gotta do what they gotta do. I mean,
Yeah.
that's up to them. I mean, if they had just followed everything in the
I know,
beginning,
they
this
wouldn't
would
be
not
there
be
yet.
here.
Right.
And you wouldn't have to deal with going through all this stuff.
I used to spend 4 days. Do you know what that's like, what that does to someone, what it does to them?
No, I know, it's like Mo said, you definitely, it looks like you have a definitely thing for a civil lawsuit against these guys.
I
I want
wouldn't,
to correct it.
huh?
And I want to correct it.
No,
myself.
but
No,
your-
no, no, no,
your
I
mental
understand.
anguish
Oh,
could be
mental-
soothed with a few dollars,
But-
probably.
But we'll get this sent
Chest
out
pains and stuff.
to let them know, the Velassos, or whoever you gotta send it to. Tell them we gotta collect the fines for the 60 days. The fines are still gonna go. And 5th of August, this will be brought in front of the, the next process will be brought in front of the selectmen and
I paid for this, can I be sure?
let the town do it, yeah. Oh, nice pretty grass
That's,
green.
That's, you can see where mine drops.
Yeah.
See how it goes down and then how it goes back up, all that filled area. So I figured where I paid for it, I might as well waste.
An expensive picture.
Sir, is there something more you'd like from us tonight?
There's nothing else I'd like for tonight, but to know that I don't have to be doing this, and that's what I was promised as far as, I mean, they can't be trusted to do it, because,
And I do
So
have,
what we have done tonight is what we can do tonight.
Yeah.
Do you want anything more from us?
no, I just want to make sure
Okay.
that everyone is.
and I
So
do
you're
have,
satisfied with your coming here tonight and getting this done?
Well, I'd be a lot more satisfied if we didn't have, if we waited 60 days like I was told. You know, I thought it was only 60 days that before a lien could go out, but I don't know.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I do have the pictures, so if I can give them to the selectmen, anything like that I still have,
Yeah.
that you gave me and all that
So you're
stuff,
not
so.
satisfied with what was done tonight?
No,
Not until everything's done, right?
no, I'm not, why would I be?
For us, from
Well,
us, I'm
well,
talking
well,
about.
what it is.
We've done what we can do. Are you satisfied with what we have done for you tonight, with you tonight?
No, because I actually was hoping that the lien would be put on in 60 days from the first. I was told that 60 days from the first, and then they would get a lien put on their property.
I guess it has to go up in front of the selectmen.
I
though,
think that's a
first.
long process, though, Lean.
Yeah.
It's fairly long.
But they have to know that it's gonna be in the process of being
So, and
done.
there's a reason we could not do that, right?
Well, we can't do it ourselves. It's
Yeah.
gotta go in front of
Right.
the
So,
selectmen.
Okay.
so that's not something we could have done for you tonight, then?
Right.
No.
I understand that's
Okay.
something you do for me tonight.
I just
And
want to make that clear, because.
You made that clear.
Okay.
You made it clear. And one other thing that I just wanted to mention was, as far as them doing, are they gonna now be able to come in for the project and say, oh, hey, and then they do it, or is it gonna go by what we discussed as far as someone else coming in and doing that, and they get footage with the bill? That's what I need to
I
know.
think it's,
If they're issued
not
a
sure
permit
how
and they're a
that goes.
licensed contractor,
Yeah.
they're allowed to do it.
They're a licensed
However,
contractor who broke rules.
but we can put,
We can have oversight.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll put something,
We already done.
I can't even
that
think of
last
it.
time.
but we'll say it.
53.
We can
no.
have a 53G
We'll do a
review
53, but we can
for
also
the-
put an, geez, I can't even think of the end. Saying that there has to be oversight to make sure it's done the right way.
Right, and there's the 53G consultant. if
So
you
the
go
work
that
is a
way, can-
swale,
But if
pretty
they,
much.
And the
Is that
drains.
right? And the,
Drains.
No,
the drains.
Also, the picture, if you look at the pictures that I sent you, that whole property has to be, because.
right, the grading and the
Look-
soils have to.
but that'll,
The property grading,
Yeah.
swale
Right,
on the
because
side, all the
that's-
roof drains have to be
The swale
addressed.
actually goes this way. If you look at the picture where the
Yeah.
snow is, that actually comes down this way. You know what I'm saying? It never went this way.
I haven't
It's-
seen any
it's
Yeah,
gotta-
they've
drawings.
got a
it's
current,
gonna-
they have one in place now, but it's not.
It's not right.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
not
gotta
designed
go
right.
straight out,
Right, the one they put in
Yeah.
place
just goes
was what
straight
they told
over.
me, so I could have their lots.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we have established.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not thrilled with the fact that they're gonna be doing the work. Maybe they
But-
won't be a licensed contractor for long, once.
Well, put it this way,
Find out
if
what
they
their
think they can,
status is.
if they think they can overdo something or whatever, there's gonna be some, 53 out there watching them, so. They've already done what they've done already. And I think it's to the point where they can't do any more to benefit themselves. Now it's just they're gonna have to follow the rules.
Right.
To
Well,
where?
When Jason came out with his gentleman on the fourth, I asked them, why aren't you looking at the storm drains? And they said they knew nothing about the storm drains.
Well.
So,
They're there, and they're gonna have,
Yeah.
there's nothing they can say that they're not there, so.
I love that picture of your backyard you sent. That beautiful picture of your back.
stop by, we'll have coffee sometime.
All right.
This year, I'll tell you, since this happened last year, if you saw my yard out back right now, you would, I just gave up. I gave up.
Were those this year or last year?
Those were last year, and this year,
I mean, it
like
looks
everybody
pretty good,
says,
but
it looks pretty, but, you just don't wanna go out there, and, it's in pretty bad shape. You know what I mean?
I can see why you
Right.
have such passion for your
So,
yard.
Here's my therapy.
So-
I appreciate you saying that.
Beautiful.
Anything gonna happen in between here and, between now and the 5th? I don't think there's anything.
Hopefully a filing comes in and we actually have something in hand so we can start the process.
so,
I mean, but I still think I would make the motion.
Yeah, so I'll entertain a motion to issue violation notice with fines and request owner's agent appear at the August 5th meeting.
Moved.
Or
Second.
they'll stop paying
All in
fines.
favor?
Say
Aye.
them now.
I would say we should collect the 60-day fines. As of what, is it gonna be the 22nd or whatever it is? But we should definitely get those fines now and let the fines keep going.
I mean,
Until-
we can try and get the money, but
We
you
can
know
get-
what they're gonna do with it.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
We have
we can demand the money, but
That's all we can do.
that's all we can do.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
yeah,
but-
it's not.
it's-
So my lawyer told me to put a lien in your property.
Right, well, that's,
Well,
well,
you
that's
can
the
do
thing,
that
yeah. I mean,
process,
That's
yeah.
their,
we can send it
yeah.
upstairs to have somebody else.
If they don't wanna do it, that's the, obviously, they're
Right,
deciding
we
to
can
put the
request
lien on
the-
the property, so.
And I do have
Right
to
on.
tell you, I resent the fact that you said that I was a difficult abutter. I think you should be ashamed of yourself considering the path that you've played in all
That
this.
was,
And
if I said it, I apologize, because I don't remember putting that in that email, but I write a lot of emails, so if I did, John, I totally apologize. It was not meant as a,
well, thank you very much.
Well,
We'll meet again.
I don't want you to say go home and have a good night, because I know how the nights have been, so. Try to go home and hopefully, and see that this is gonna be
Yeah.
the next step that you can, hopefully.
Well, we want him to do the work.
Have a little hope.
Want him to,
So-
yeah, finish it up.
All right, well, try to have a good night.
Yeah, take care, sir. Good seeing you. Give me a change. My God, she looks like she did in
You
high
haven't
school.
changed much either, so.
Really? She's being kind.
No.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right, the next one is the, oh. Me?
Yeah, Lori and company here.
All right, so the next one is thank you, PMA Consultants Elementary School Project Team. And that's 400 South Main Street, right?
and I. Oh, Lori, I'm not sure who's presenting. You should be able to share the screen for anything that you have.
Great. Great, and is, you have Sean there in front of you? Sean from PMA, is he there?
No, there's Drew and Steven.
No.
No? Okay, that's okay. With me also are two gentlemen with the last name Garvin, although they're not related. They are our civil engineers from Samiotis, Steven and Drew, so that's who else is on.
Here's the other ones right here,
They've arrived.
in person.
Good, good.
We were waiting for them to leave.
Oh,
They were hanging out in the hallway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening.
go ahead. I can't say the temperature in the hallway is much different than in this room, but
Might be a little warmer.
the
Condenser's
AC's
gone.
not working.
Yeah. Oh, geez. It's been a hot one, that's for sure. Just a quick intro. I know Sean's got a couple things to say, and then we do have something to show. But, you know, when we very informally met at the last forum that we held, you know, you all told us about the ability to have an informal meeting with you, and that's great. We can, you know, start talking about the process and hearing any and all concerns you have. And for us to have an opportunity to keep showing you the project as it evolves, so you can give us feedback. So, you know, we do want to hear from you. I mean, you know, again, in that informal process, but we do have sort of just 3 simple diagrams to sort of show how things are progressing right now. And maybe because I'm talking, Sean, having heard your concerns and agreeing with your concerns, certainly we are going to have the wetlands flagged and surveyed.
When's that gonna be done?
Scheduled as we speak. We will certainly keep you abreast of the timing of that.
The key point is it's gonna happen during our schematic design process and not during the design development phase.
So you have plans, right? Do you have plans?
So the next few weeks, I believe.
And those aren't the updated wetland delineation lines, right? So you're gonna have to have new plans with them on there, right?
Yes,
Okay.
right. She's
I know
gonna show you that.
Samiotis at one point, I think,
There has
talked
been
to,
some adjustments to
what
it, so-
is the actual plan and what
Yeah.
the technical of what they're doing with that walk and the flagging and the survey that they're about to do and imminently.
Are we doing a 53G?
We will
Okay.
eventually, when the permitting phase comes, but at this point,
And again, I've mentioned to the consultants in the past that we don't necessarily need an ANRAD for the process to go forward. But getting the wetland flags is a huge key piece. A lot of times we get applications for NOIs and RDAs without an ANRAD previously to that process. But for a project this big, in this size, and with this kind of dollar volume, it just struck me as odd that there was no flagging done ahead of time. That would be the first thing is,
And
any project this size would have done the flagging.
thing that strikes me too is when they did the new school, the high school, everything was all brought in front of us that needed to be done ahead of time before this even got to this point where you guys are, way before to the point where you guys got. So I don't understand why.
I don't remember.
Do you think you can wait until after the process, or do you think you automatically got the project already set and done? I don't understand.
There's nothing automatic.
Well, I know that because I know when it comes in front of us with the delineation lines and all that stuff, I guarantee you there's going to be something changing.
Yeah, so I mean, we have fairly good data through research going into this.
Well, I don't
but-
care about the fairly good
Right, right.
data. It's got to be the accurate data.
So, hearing the concerns at the public forum, we went back with our design team, and we agree that at this point, it does make a lot of sense.
You agree now?
We agree that with this we're doing.
You didn't agree this before this even started?
I don't understand.
Okay, whatever. I don't
So
get it.
we're going forward now. We're surveying. We're flagging and surveying the wetlands right now on the site, and taking that data to inform the design. And they're going to show you some design plans and any adjustments that need to be made based on the flagging that they're doing now will be made prior to our next submission and votes and all that sort of stuff.
Who's doing the flagging?
It's a sub to Samiotis. Laura, do you have the name of the company that is doing the flagging? Or Stephen or Drew?
Environmental Consulting Resources.
And when are they going to do it, please? The exact
Soon.
We
date?
don't have a date yet.
Oh, okay.
We would expect within the next week.
Okay.
I was told beginning of the week, within the next couple weeks, so.
Yeah.
We're just scheduling them now. They're
Yeah.
contracted, they're ready to go. We're just trying to getting availability and getting them on site.
Okay.
And you'll Tim,
Get out of the
want
holiday,
to walk
trying to
that
get
at some
everyone out
point afterwards.
Yeah, once they get it flagged, then I'll take a walk out and I mean it. I admit through the process, once you get the wet meadow identified, I mean, I saw the early designs where the septic system was in the meadow and I'm like, I knew that was never gonna fly, but again, if the wetland had all been delineated and flagged ahead of time, that time would have been not
And
wasted.
that area certainly changed since 1968 when that school opened. So.
Right, and unfortunately, that predates Wetland Protection Act and when the school went in, so there was
Right.
never a flagging done except for the septic upgrade that was done in
Whatever.
2009.
Right.
And that, I gave you that data to go through.
Right.
That was the only known wetland line that we had on file. So that helped put pieces together, but,
Now we got the bylaws to do it
right, it didn't
up to date.
give them everything they needed.
We're just a little confused about why you didn't do this a long time ago.
It's the process, and maybe you could, I know you and I talked about it. It seems convoluted to me, but that's the state process, is that right? Pretty
I
much.
think a lot has to do with the state
But
building
didn't-
requirements for schools that.
But it didn't happen with a high school though.
Well, I don't know.
Whoever
You
the
were-
consultant was on that, I think, did it differently and wanted to know
So
what
I'd like
the
to hear
issues and
from you,
limitations were.
why did you not do it ahead of time? Previous to this time, I just don't get it, so if you could explain it to me.
Yeah, I
please.
mean, it seems convoluted, but the process as we laid it out with the milestones that we have to reach with the MSBA don't require us to do this until we get to design development and the permitting
Right.
process.
It's not,
So-
that's the
And
requirement.
it sounds illogical, and I admit to you, at this point in time, I agree with you. We agree with you as a committee. We went over this at the committee meeting a week ago and got full agreement that we should move ahead and do this now and shift some of the expense
was-
within the feasibility study to make this happen now.
So I was at that meeting, but I didn't hear anything about
No,
that
you weren't. This was last week.
last week. All right, sorry about that.
Okay, all right, so, okay.
So you have
so
that flexibility to do that.
But don't the
Sounds
bylaws
like, yeah.
We-
come
we-
ahead of that?
We're
Not until they permit.
Oh, not until they
engaging that
permit.
flexibility.
Yes, so
Yes,
that's a
making
big-
that decision to do that now.
I'm sorry, I can't hear what's happening in the room. Maybe Mr. Winters, can you mute?
Yes, I can hear you.
What?
Yeah, it's just from, there's just from reverberation.
There was some background feed, yes.
Okay.
So are you complying voluntarily or to do this?
We chatted at the last public presentation about coming in and
Yeah,
just having
I
an
mean-
informal,
No, I
Gathering.
mean, voluntarily doing the wetland.
Yes.
So you don't have to do it, are you
No.
saying, Tess?
At this point in time, we do not have to do it. I mean, we're still in the early stages, relatively speaking, of schematic design. Our report on schematic design is not due to the state until October.
Okay.
So we're still, several months away, and so if it's gonna happen in the next week or two, we'll be in a good spot. We'll be better than we were when we were in front of you
Okay.
during the community forum. So-
Okay, all right, so let's hope that it comes out well.
And that was my main concern, that going forward, if you didn't have a real wetland line, and all of a sudden you get to the point that we have a special town meeting, and the town approves, say, $178 million project, and all of a sudden the wetland line gets filed, and we have a permit before us, and the wetland line changes things drastically, that now it's a
Yeah.
$50 million add-on,
Or
and who's
altogether
stuck with
change.
that, and where does it go?
Right.
And I don't want to see the town in that position.
Yeah, it would force us to redesign the building and move
Yeah.
it around, which is not, we don't want to do that.
No.
So, for many reasons to our discussions, that's why we agree that
So that's
flagging it this
why-
time makes a lot of sense. And
Well, my, I would have thought altogether in the beginning it would have been a lot easier.
But this
So you
site
wouldn't have to change all
has
that,
so many
or think about the
constraints.
money-wise.
it's not all, if
Not
it were
easy.
all uplands, it'd be no problem.
But it's not.
I guess I would only argue we are at the beginning. I mean, schematic design is the beginning of design. So we are at the beginning, and this is when we would start coming to all the different agencies, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and maybe I can give you a little quick insight, right? We had to investigate multiple sites, right? We looked at the high school, multiple sites to determine what we're doing and where it would work best. We had GIS wetlands, which is what's shown, and had the wetland scientist walk it without flagging it. That's when he said, this is a wet meadow, right? So we understood and wanted to make sure he gives input as we were looking at sites. Now that this site has been selected, we're going to start working on schematic design. We're just looking at preliminary constraints and are now going to flag this site. We want to show you what we've done from what the existing building is, where we started, and where we've gone based on this preliminary conversation. As it advances, we will make sure to continue to meet the goals of what the commission is looking for and what the bylaw states.
Excellent.
So,
Understanding we will get needed order conditions from this commission.
so when this wetline delineation comes in, are we gonna start looking at it on your behalf to just tell you guys, this needs to be changed here, this needs to be changed here, or are you guys gonna say, here it is, it's brought in front of you, we can't do anything until,
No, I think at this point, they're gonna get their wetland flagging done, I'm gonna go take a look at it. If there are any discrepancies, then we'll figure out what they are, but at least they'll have a design plan to go with from here on out. Of what they can
with
work
that
with,
line
with
that's
that
been
line.
delineated.
And I mean, it doesn't have to go through the full ANRAD process to get done what we need to get done. I mean, my concern is the GIS mapping that the state and everybody bases it on is notoriously wrong. I mean, the wet meadow was never flagged, never ID'd by the state. And the wetland lines, I've seen them 200, 300 feet off, either for the better or for the worse. Sometimes it benefits somebody that it's wrong and it's really not a wetland there. I mean, I have some places in town that show a pond on a piece of property that never existed. But the state data says it's there. And I'm like, no, it's never been there. We historically can show that it's never been there.
Right.
So that's the kind of situation we're up against. But
Now, this is a little off from this, I don't mean to go off, but the other properties that you guys have looked at, which is the only one is Howard Street, right? Or what
We
other-
looked at
Spring Street as well.
We had to,
Well, Spring Street just wouldn't work because it's not the size. So anyway, Howard Street, what was,
technically, if you want to go big picture, we had to look at every
True,
piece of
I understand.
open
Yeah.
property that the town of West Bridgewater owns.
yeah, true, okay. So the Howard Street property, what was wrong with that to be not even thought of on a project for the school?
It was thought of multiple times.
But why wasn't it brought, what went wrong to make it not even,
The population in that building trips us over the
No,
existing
no.
septic
Okay.
and gets us into wastewater treatment, which that site can't handle, and we would have to go off-site for wastewater treatment, which was beyond the scope of our committee. It really is an issue for the town to look at system-wide for that municipal septic system.
But that site would work for this size of the school you wanted to put it on, right?
If you didn't have the septic system issue. It really comes down to the septic system on that
Correct.
location.
So,
But
but-
that's only one piece of the decision. That was a major piece of the decision. But
okay,
the other aspect of the decision was the aesthetics of the building that we're talking about. And again, probably would have been, well, would have had to have been pre-K to 6, not K to 6.
which is be perfect.
Which, personally, and I know other members of the committee, I think, felt this way, that you're talking about at least a 3-story building for part of the wings in that area. And aesthetically, I don't know how that would fly. I just don't know.
What,
whether
the
or not
3-story?
3 stories.
Because way back, that Howard School Seminary was how many stories?
It's four
or five?
4.5, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, aesthetically, if you're thinking about safety-wise with fire department and everything right there, it could work
The other
because of
issue-
ladder issues and all that stuff, so the height wouldn't be a problem.
The other issue is just the congestion in that site that didn't exist with Howard High School.
But
And-
you'd be tearing down the Howard School, and then you could redesign the whole parking. You got 2 ways in, 2 ways out, now you only got 1 way in, 1 way out. What happens if there's an emergency? That all goes to hell and all that stuff. So, I mean, in your rate centralized, where if something does happen, an emergency, everything's right there. It could be there in 2 minutes, other than going up the Manley Street. And for, now you're gonna be putting more kids in that area, so there's gonna be more population of traffic going in and out with school buses, parents going in and out, where everything was all set, you can do it right at the Howard School and work around everything that's been going on for how long now, since the high school's been up?
Mr. Chairman, the decision's made. We are at our
Okay,
two-year
we'll decide,
we are at
we'll
our-
see when this comes in with a
We're at our
delineation.
2-year anniversary of the school building committee, and with all due respect to those 26 members on that committee who have exhausted this
Okay.
multiple times during that 2-year period.
I'm just putting out my opinion, that's all. I'm sorry if it aggravates you, but that's my opinion.
I'm just
yeah,
explaining where we
okay.
are in the process.
And I'm explaining why I
And-
think it should be the other spot, but that's my opinion, so. Okay, so we'll just wait till the,
Nice process.
Going forward, this is the site selection, so if we're gonna look at this one,
Right.
the best way to figure it out.
but if for some reason it doesn't work and the town doesn't vote on this, what if the residents don't vote for this? What's gonna happen? If they don't vote for this whole thing to happen?
And
Stops.
the project is over, and
But you don't have a backup
Start
plan on
again
saying, okay,
somewhere in the
maybe
future.
we'll do it on the,
No,
we'll
the
do it on
state,
there's
yeah.
no such thing as a backup.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no other sites at all?
If you don't get funding, the MSBA does allow you to go out for funding again within 120 days, but it's a pretty heavy lift, and I'm not sure that you're gonna be able to do the due diligence you would need on another site
I just
to get a
still,
project ready for a vote within that time period.
Oh, no, no.
But that's
Well, it
why
definitely
we're
wouldn't
doing
happen.
this process now.
But you have made
Get-
some adjustments to the, I don't want to call it a sketch, but what I looked at looked like there were some changes.
Yes,
From
we
your-
can show those
They
now.
show-
I was gonna say, your last committee meeting proposal, I did look at the presentation, and you definitely made some
Yes.
Definitely,
significant
yeah.
changes to. Which, if you want to share that for the committee that hasn't seen it, I'd more than.
Yeah, I'd like to see it again.
Okay. And we'll share. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
yep.
Great. So we just have 3 slides. This is highlighting the hard surface or impervious surface in the 50-foot buffer.
All right.
So currently, the roadway coming in has a spot here in yellow. You can see a good chunk of the roadway drive as it, stepping stone road as it comes in to the existing school. The turnaround sort of piece to the north of the existing school. And in green is the actual existing building in the 50-foot wetlands. So again, this is the information we have today, we will be tweaking it once things are flagged, but roughly speaking, this is
The
what we
blue,
have.
blue line is the 50.
No,
That's the wetland.
that's the wetland. 50 is
Blue
the other one.
wet, and the
Is the
sort of
one, it's like the
reddy orange
reddish.
on my screen anyway is the 50.
It's
Yeah.
just underneath the blue.
And the dotted line's the 100.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's the current road right now?
Yes.
Yes.
So everything, okay.
Okay.
So if that was done today,
It wouldn't even
Wouldn't
work.
have- wouldn't
It
have
wouldn't go
happened.
through.
Right.
But are you guys gonna widen that?
so do you have the next one with a new proposed
I
road?
do, I'm happy to keep it.
Because they're jumping ahead on us.
Yep, no, totally fine. I just wanted to hold for any questions, but we can always, again, we can click back and forth between them. So this is where we were at, a little while ago, a number of weeks back, at the forum. We had mentioned to you that we knew that our building was too close, and you're seeing that here, and also with the green, just to use the same colors. Our loop drive and coming around was shown. We were at that time with the intention of shifting the stepping stone drive to the south to get it out of the 50-foot. We're still gonna be crossing wetlands, and
gonna be
that
in 50.
condition doesn't change no matter what we do. We have a few points down here where we were in. And then the same, the first leg of Stepping Stone Drive that it's between residential houses and things like that. So that stayed the same. Since then, we have continued to work, and this is where we are today. Our building is not in the 50, so you do not see any green on this drawing. We still have the existing condition on the drive here. We pulled the drive completely out of the 50-foot, with the exception of when it's going to cross over,
Crossing.
and we will imagine that we will be, if it stayed where it was, we were going to rebuild the culvert, but we will be shifting it, and we will have a new culvert at that point where we cross over. And then just 2 zones of the loop drive are where we're at. And unfortunately, these drawings, we have so many drawings, but unfortunately on this one, you're not seeing, the building is where it is because the existing school is where it is. So we would love to be completely with the loop drive out of the 50, but it's just physically not possible because of the footprint of the existing building. That is more or less where my cursor is and where the parking is proposed. Is there and will remain there. One of the decisions that was made by the building committee was to keep this project as a 2-phase project, and the plus of that when it comes to wetlands is we will build the middle zone here and the leg, which is the lower school, first. And when we finish building that, we will be able to move all of the Roselle kids into that part of the building, thereby freeing up this part of the site. So this whole wing, which just if you want to think of it as the Howard School kids, that whole wing we were able to shift completely out. So again, those decisions, as we work with the building committee, each decision sort of improves upon the parameters and what we're working with. So, a quick, where you are today with this zone versus what we're working towards now for the future design. So
That's
and we're still working. Like I said, the team is constantly working and shifting and working things out. So.
We definitely understand after we've done the flagging and surveyed it in that these buffer zones will shift and move, and we will do what we can to meet that. Our hope is to meet a performance standard much like a Rivers Act, where we will have less kind of degraded in that 50-foot. We'll look at building and any pavement and have equal or less than what it currently is to improve that situation. And of course, bring everything up to the modern stormwater management policy requirements and regulations, the local regulations. So improving the overall runoff and stormwater management of this site is really what we're going to be looking to come to you when we do a notice of intent. And obviously, we expect some shifting in and out of where the wetland buffers are after the flagging and delineation is complete.
so that driveway that you got going straight, isn't that going into that spot where you thought that, or you guys thought that
Well, there
could
was
be
an
an
athletic field.
athletic field?
kind of, sort of, but
That's over here, the athletic field, proposed athletic field where the loop is around.
Yeah.
Right there.
So what happens if that turns into, if that area right there is a little more wet than you expected?
There won't be an athletic field.
That's
there.
right.
No, I know, but what,
I mean,
but the
it-
road's gonna be going through there.
where they've gone from what they were before,
But is it?
backing the building back further.
The
I
area-
haven't done the numbers yet to figure out, but it's kind of a trade-off, because you're getting out of the buffer at the school in the front now where it already is disturbed, and you're trading it for disturbance in the back where this new circular drive around it would be. So at the end of the day, once they actually do their calculation, figure out what was previously disturbed, what they were restoring, and what's new disturbance,
In the,
I think you're gonna
Right.
find it's less than what's there now.
in the stormwater management, that's gonna be another
And then
issue.
that's,
Right.
the next thing to figure out is where
Where
they
they-
put it and how they deal with it. But
And
that's
if you can
your
put it-
design phase, that, once they've gotten the wetland line done.
Because if you're gonna be
Provided
that
done
close
some
to in the
tests.
wet, if you're gonna be that close to like to the 50, and you gotta put it in the stormwater management, yeah, that's gonna
So
be
the-
tight.
The stormwater can go in the 50 to 100, and that's.
If we allow it.
It may be that they end up having to do a lot of, under the parking lot infiltration, which
Yeah, well,
adds to the cost and gets more expensive. If we can find locations to do detention basins, retention basins, whichever.
Typically, it's a combination of both, right?
At the end of the day, it may be both.
But we can also, I mean, this is a new project, so we can hold strong on the 50 and all
Right,
that
I
stuff.
mean, it's all a trade-off on where the benefit is, and
If that,
hopefully at the end of the day, we
if
can
that works.
find a spot that all works to the benefit. I mean, ideally, and I know it's a phased project, which puts more constraints on it, because if you could have shifted the whole building closer to the front, or where the existing building is now, the previously already disturbed area, you wouldn't have to restore. We kind of look at that as previously disturbed, its grandfather will allow you to keep that disturbance and do stuff in it. That's how we've looked at it, versus disturbing undisturbed 50-foot buffer. Putting a new disturbance where Mother Nature already has things nice is not, is
It's not
preferred.
gonna, it won't happen.
Yeah.
But,
And this is only
Yeah.
K through 6. No administration
No administration.
and no pre-K. So we also gotta think of that down the road too. What happens when that comes up? That's gonna be money right there. You guys gonna be on that project?
Hopefully.
Of course, more money. So we gotta think about that. That's why everything should be done at once, all in one building. And it can't happen in this, location, right? K through 6 with the administration.
yeah.
K through
I mean,
6 can
pre-
happen with administration, but
pre-K-
pre-K can't happen because of Title V, and it would
course.
trigger a wastewater treatment plant.
So if, yeah, okay,
But
that
the
could be
district-
brought up at the
Remember,
town
the
meeting.
district office is 100% town of West Bridgewater expense.
That's right.
So the square
Mhm.
footage is 100% on our dime.
Because we also gotta think
Wherever
of,
it goes.
we also
the
gotta
town's
think
paying
of
for it.
now
Wherever
that,
it goes, the town's paying.
MSBA is reimbursed for that.
because right now it's in the Spring Street.
Correct.
And that Spring Street school was not, well, supposedly was said that it wasn't gonna be able to work because that building was not good to be in. That's what
Well, whether we
that's what
reno-
we heard.
As Gary said, whether we renovate it and leave them there, or move them to the Howard and renovate it,
It's gonna happen
or put them in
sometime.
the new school.
I guarantee it'll happen
It's
within
at our
5 years.
expense.
It's another
100%.
story, yeah.
Because even on pre-K is not included in the MSBA population.
Yeah, I understand that. Yep, pre-K.
So they're allocating space.
Mhm.
They would allocate space if we were including it, but they don't, it's not the same in their calculation as it is the K through 6.
So if we, town expense, put that into this school, and so would the town have to be responsible for the septic system, which would be the wastewater?
Right.
So we'd have to be,
Right.
so eventually down the line, we're gonna have to do it no matter what.
Well, the septic is ours no matter whether it's
No, I understand
where
that,
it
but
is, but it's just more expensive, it's wastewater treatment versus.
I understand that,
Title
but
I.
Way more.
something's gonna have to be done no matter what, probably within 5 years. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Just things that can be brought up at the town meeting.
But as far as for what,
I mean, I don't want to speak to the future, but one thing. to
I'm
think
just
about-
thinking of the future.
But one thing to think about is this population bubble that we're dealing with that's forcing us with this project.
Oh, it's only gonna get worse.
Is in the elementary grades right now. So far, we're 10 years into the middle senior high school and we're within the design population. If that bubble shifts we may be in a situation where we're looking at a standalone middle school anyway. Having Howard in the current situation, or doing something in the future with a standalone middle school may be a better option for that Howard site at some point, and addressing the municipal septic system at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not predicting anything, but I'm just
It
laying
will,
that
it
out
will.
for you
I guarantee it
as a
will.
as a possibility.
Do you guys live in town?
Yes.
Yeah.
I live in town. yeah.
Where do you live in town? Not to be known.
Sorry?
I'm just saying, you do live in town though, right? Okay.
59 Tiffany Circle.
All right. Just want to know. I mean, and this will all be brought up in town meeting. So, you know, like I said,
So-
I'm just my opinion.
We have a certain amount of money that will be appropriated for the project. Have you ever gotten the vote of approval, gone into more detailed design? It sounds like more design comes after the approval, where you say, oh my God, we don't have enough money to do this. That ever happened, or?
Well, we do put in design and pricing contingencies in there.
You do.
And for our contract and the design team contract, it is designed to budget. So it means that if we do find that out, we have to figure out ways to alter the design to bring it back down.
Into
within
budget,
within
yeah.
the budget,
I
correct.
gotcha.
And we were about $1 million under budget for the middle senior high school.
That says a lot. Yeah.
No, that's that town.
Can
so it's
use
not our
that.
town.
Well, I suppose you can use
Okay,
that for
about
non-allocated money from the state.
We have
Could
estimates periodically throughout the project too to keep us on track.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't wait until bid time to figure out that the vote that they took a year prior is not enough money. They'll estimate at 60% and then again at 90% to make sure that we're within where we need, and that both of those times we'll have value engineering meetings and programs. If we need to bring the budget down, we'll do it that way.
Sure.
You don't want to see steel and concrete prices go.
Well, I don't know how you,
Do something.
I don't know how you
Right.
predict that these days. I
We
really,
build an escalation, and the best thing we do is look at historic, and hopefully that, you know, when steel goes up, maybe concrete goes down, or, you know, copper goes down when steel goes up, and you just have to make sure we build in enough contingency to protect our budget so that when we do go out to bid, we have enough.
because we've seen a slowdown in town for warehouses because people don't know, you know, they just, so they're holding off to see where this settles out.
But there's also developments going in for housing,
Yeah, and even those
But-
aren't moving as fast as they were.
but they're gonna be coming in, so.
Oftentimes it's beneficial when you have a soft market where you have, you know, you're not building high rises in downtown Boston. There's people hungry for work, and they get more aggressive in the bidding. So it really does depend on, the timing is kind of everything on this.
Yeah.
There's not so much we can do with our bid schedule. We have a program, we have a bid timing, and the hope is that when we go out to bid, it's in a favorable market for the town of West Bridgewater to get to turn over a bunch of money at the end of the project.
Right. Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm glad you came in. It would have been a little trickier if it had been voted on and approved, and you came in and said, oh, by the way, we need variances for all this wetland. The pressure on us would be enormous and we didn't want to do that, so.
Understood.
Well, I like to keep things simple. What my concern is, it looks like with what we have so far, looks like we're trying to put a square peg into a round hole that's way too small in terms of wetland. And so I'm hoping that when it comes back, the circle is bigger. And if it's not, it's gonna be a real big problem, in terms of preserving our wetlands, in terms of what I'm concerned with. Not only that, but stormwater drainage. I'm concerned with the changing, and the people are already talking about neighbors' wetland concerns, and doing this kind of project in that neighborhood. I think, we need to listen to them. It just feels like the wrong square peg, round hole that's too small. That's my concern.
Well, I'll be
It's a
waiting.
little off, though.
We'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for this to come back. So,
Right, once we get it
and
online,
we'll take a look at it.
Yeah.
But they made some good progress, I think, by changing the roadway the way they did,
Oh.
and shifting the
But
building. I mean,
we'll see.
For sure.
We'll see when it comes
I think
back.
they listened to you guys at the public forum and went back to the.
That other access, this has nothing to do with what we're doing, but the other access,
Yes.
is there a reason why you decided not to or is it still an access?
Still in
Oh,
access.
into Goldie Road or is it Crescent
Yes,
Street?
yeah.
Goldie Road? Goldie Road is an emergency, non-paved, emergency access.
Still will
only.
be open,
It'll still be we're not touching it. We're not.
but you didn't
improving
want to
it.
make it an exit?
No, into that neighborhood?
Yeah.
No,
We
that
don't
would
think the
never
neighbors
happen.
I
wanted
mean,
us to
They would have
make it
gone
an exit
crazy,
way.
yeah.
within probably, I mentioned it was the 2-year anniversary of the committee. Within our first few meetings, we had discussions about do we tackle the roadway going out, whatever you call it, out to Crescent Street. But the frontage there is a concern with the availability of town land to make it a true entrance there.
Hmm.
The improvements that would be needed to be made on that road, including the culvert over the stream of the brook there.
You couldn't do it because of the wetlands anyways.
Yeah, and then once we found that we had a meadow there, then forget it. But it was talked about, but.
And I've heard a lot of concerns about people saying, why isn't there another in and out? That's why I'm thinking to myself, 2 ways in, 2 ways out.
Well, I mean,
Because
again,
of
we've had a school
emergencies.
there since 1968 without that, and.
I understand that.
The police chief and the fire chief are voting members of our committee. They have, we've also met as a safety subcommittee on the issue with them, and.
No, I'm just saying, that's what people have said to me, and I understand.
that. I'm just
So,
trying to address
yep.
that.
No, I understand, yep.
That the 2 chiefs are satisfied with the road improvements that we're making and the loop road, that their concerns relative to access and safety will be addressed.
Yep, that's the
Are you
important thing.
still planning 3 lanes to the road, 1 in, 2 out, or is that?
That's something.
Still
to
in
look at. I know that's got a huge challenge to it, relative to the availability of town-owned land at the entrance to do that effectively.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You don't have to do you don't have to do anything up with the access up
Getting it
there.
straight as they can helps. I mean,
Right.
but if it could get wider.
They're investigating having either a right-hand or a left-hand turn lane going out of there, but it's just,
And
it's
I don't know.
just for discussion at this point. Right now, it's the 1 lane in, 1 lane out.
I'll be looking for the town meeting, so, and I'll be looking for these coming. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Thanks for the-
appreciate
for the
it, we
time.
really do.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll be in touch, so.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time.
Keep plugging.
Nice evening.
So,
All right.
Tim, you gonna,
Thank you.
yep, issue the certificate of compliance?
Yes.
For what though?
So this is for 400 South Main Street. It was a septic repair.
Oh, okay.
It's the lot that had the stream
Sorry,
right
I thought it
behind
was-
it.
I thought it
right
was
next
part
to
of
the old
this.
Lucini Ford motor sets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The house, it's all seated, the septic's in, the markers are in place,
Okay.
everything's done, and they just want to close out the project.
Okay, so 400 South Main Street, I'll entertain a motion to issue certificate of compliance.
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so that's it, and you, sign some
Couple
papers,
things to sign, and other than that, that's,
and then, anybody else got anything to bring up? You talk about anything?
How's next meeting looking? Busy?
it,
Too
I'm
soon
not
to-
I'm not gonna say anything, we still have a week and a day, anything can happen.
Okay, so, hearing that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.